Hello guys, welcome to the Mike and Jay Show. It's another week where we're going to be discussing three major topics. Over here, got my friend in crime, Jay.
Our partner in crime, Jay. Mike, Jay. And welcome to another week. Thanks guys for staying tuned. Thanks guys for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Yep. And for those of you, if this is your first time, do not forget to check our first sitting, right?
Yeah.
And today, like my colleagues just said here, we'll be discussing three main topics. But it's going to be centered around or circled around the whole Covid-19 drama.
Absolutely.
So, guys, you know the vibes, man. Like, share, subscribe for notification.
Absolutely, it's very important for us. Yes.
Yep. Where do you stand? There's some people that are arguing that the WHO and the government and the world government should put a ban on countries like, say, for example, China eating exotic foods like bats and cats and dogs.
I think it's high time, they do something. I don't know, a lot of people might disagree with me about this, but I think if it's gonna start, what, do you agree to that?
I disagree with you, but go on.
Okay, cool. If we're gonna start having these problems, the World Health Organization, they should put a ban on certain food. Like, why will he be eating bats?
Yeah, but
I don't understand.
But it depends, isn't it? I mean, to some people, bats is what you think chicken is. If you want to eat
nah, come on, man. I mean, I'm not sure about that though.
But that's because you've seen from your own cultural experience, from your own natural experience. People from different parts of the world, they view different foods differently, isn't it?
This might sound controversial for maybe some, Chinese people or whatever. I'm not here to, take a dig at you guys or insult you guys, but I think sometimes there's a certain food that you eat that like you can't be eating cockroaches and stuff.
Well, how do you know that, man?
But we've seen it. I've watched a documentary.
But how do you know you can't be eating cockroaches? I mean, I heard they're high in protein.
Oh, okay, whatever. But there's some certain stuff you can't be eating. Like, it just doesn't sound right.
What do you mean? Hang on.
There's one documentary.
You're trying to tell me if I wake up tomorrow and I fancy like a cat sandwich, for example, so I shouldn't eat it because it doesn't sound right?
But why will you want to eat cat?
Why not? Why don't you eat chicken?
Nah, man. Chicken is different.
How's that?
Come on, it's different.
Why is that?
That's
exactly. You know what I'm saying? People from different parts of the world, they view different food differently. Like, for example, I know some people that wouldn't eat goat. Like, how are you eating goat? Don't eat goat. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I ain't afraid of no ghost. See, why are you eating goat? I'm like, well, because I love goat. And you got people who eat goat heads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So people, that's like, excuse me, what do you mean eating goat head? You know what I'm saying to you? You can't be eating that. And what about people who don't even eat meat?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's not go.
Exactly.
Let's not go deep into that.
So I think what the government cannot do is now say, oh, X, Y, Z, you're not allowed to eat. You're not allowed to eat this meat or that meat. And even if they did that, they did decide to put it as a kind of law or whatever.
Yeah.
How are the WHO going to enforce that in China? You cannot do that.
That's true. Practically, it's not possible.
Exactly. At the moment, in some parts of Asia, for example, and even some parts of Africa, for example, they keep hunting endangered species, which is against the law, but it's not enforceable at the moment. It's not being as enforced. So, you know what I'm saying to you? Like, that's almost.
So, what are you trying to say? The WHO, they can't enforce it?
They can't enforce it. I mean, they can talk about it. What
they should talk about it.
But,
because that's the problem. That's where all this mess starts from.
But my stance is, you cannot tell people what to eat or what not to eat. If that's what the police had.
I agree. But I think they should put measures in place.
What, to not eat bats?
Yeah.
Cats?
Yeah.
Dogs?
Yeah.
People from your country, they eat dogs?
No.
Your village, they eat dogs?
No, not my village. What are you talking about? But my people don't eat dogs. They don't eat cats. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe your people do, but not my people. Anyways, okay, we go straight to the next topic. So let's talk about sporting events. Right?
Let's talk about sporting events, man.
Let's talk about sporting events.
See, I was actually going to bring this up. I mean, by the way, the whole sporting thing, right? You see, with this new this spectatorless, football
behind closed doors.
Yeah, behind closed doors, right? I understand why they're doing it, but my question, especially to you as a sports person, especially with the footies and stuff like that, right? How do you think the fans are taken to that? Like how because part of the reason why you go to those events is for the atmosphere, right?
Absolutely.
But then we also understand, like, with the things going on, certain measures need to be taken, right?
Okay.
Now, go on.
Let me break it down from a fan perspective, right? All the fan want to see, they want to enjoy the game.
Right.
Some they will tell you they don't really care about this, global problem or whatever is going on. They love the game. That's the beauty of the game, especially football.
Right. True.
Playing football behind closed door, it's good for the players because obviously they have to complete the features.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem behind it, if you don't complete these features, then we're talking about sponsorship, TV, broadcasting rights, and all those stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of money involved in the game. We're talking about billions, millions. So if you don't complete this season, something's going to happen because you're going to get lawsuits. And also, if you decide, okay, you know what? For instance, the Premier League, you say, okay, let's just give Liverpool as the champion because obviously they're like 20 odd points, ahead of everyone. Ideally, they won the league already, so they only need like 2 or 3 games to just finish the season. But the problem is not even that. You can do that. What about people at the bottom, like people fighting for relegation, Norwich, Brighton, and all those stuff, Aston Villa? So are they going to automatically get relegated? And for those guys in the championship to come up? So there's a lot of things involved. So it's either they play all the matches behind closed door, we just have to leave the fans behind it, or they just make the season non-void, according to what one of the West Ham chairman said, which she actually pissed a lot of people off, especially the Liverpool fans. But anyways, I'm not in the position to make that decision, but whoever's going to make that decision, it's not going to be easy. There's not going to be wrong or right answers. A lot of people are going to get upset. And I think the Euros might get postponed if it hasn't been postponed already, but obviously there's rumors. So that's on the side.
Yeah, but you see, with regards to, other I just be doing my hair, I'll be shaking my head. I ain't got no clue what you're talking about. But my question is, to what you just mentioned, so the fans, from the fans' perspective, for example, so how does it work? So if they're doing it behind closed doors, so which TV broadcaster gets those rights? How do they decide who gets those rights?
Okay.
And of course, for them to make back the money, which they spent on this whole event, it has to be PPV. That's pay-per-view, right? So those people who already had season tickets, do they have to now pay-per-view or pay-to-view?
Okay. I think this is. I'm not in the board of any football club. I'm just.
That's for banter, like for curiosity.
This is my opinion because. We, the fans, we usually pay like Sky Sports, to watch the game.
I believe BT shows some of them too.
BT, obviously, early kickoff, BT shows the game. So that is different from what season ticket holders. Season ticket holders are the people that go to the match and watch the game. Right. So people that watch it from home, they have BT subscription.
So if you're a season ticket holder, right, and on this occasion you cannot go watch the game live, but at home you've got BT Sports. However, it's been shown on Sky Sports. So what do you do?
Well, that I don't know. I think what my own suggestion should be, if you're season ticket holders, the club they all have your email address and your name, so they can email you a link.
Yeah, no, that's wishful thinking.
Yeah, but that's what you think, though.
No, but then we've had, for example, this is I digress. This is a different example, but this is it's in the same spirit, for example, right? Whereby people who've booked holidays go to the holiday provider and they say, look, because of this whole issue, could you cancel my holiday and get my money back? And they say to you, contact your insurance. Yeah, you see what I'm saying to you? But you'd expect the holiday provider to refund everything or postpone the holiday. But what a lot of people are reporting is they're saying to them to go see the insurance. Do you see that? So just because we expect that from the TV providers, excuse me, does not mean that's going to be the case. Yeah,
but I'm not saying the TV providers though. I'm saying the club.
Even the club.
Yeah, because the football fan they pay money for the TV. Yeah. They paid to the club.
Yeah, but the club will say. So the club can argue and say, well, the government they've decided that we cannot have these things with spectators. We're behind closed doors, not our decision.
Of course, not their decision, but that's another thing. You know, as a fan, I'll be just thinking, you know, I can't go through that stress. You know, I might as well just go to BT, log into my BT app, and watch the football, or go to Sky Sports and watch the football. It's simple.
And
I mean, someone has to take a hit.
Of course,
so
but then
it's going to have to be the fans.
But
I'm
then
sorry.
Sky Sports or BT or whoever, don't sue me.
Yeah.
They might then make money off of it, wouldn't it? Make more money off of.
Absolutely. But that's what they're always there for, to make money.
Yeah.
You know, I pay for Sky, I pay for BT. You know, sometimes I pay for Now TV as well because it's not all the match. And if I'm watching boxing, you pay for pay-per-view. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So UFC, the same thing. So you have to. That's where they make that money for. So they don't care about your
and
personal.
I'm also curious
struggles.
because even with the boxing, you know, fights coming up, you know, we've got Chisora versus Usyk.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chisora.
Yeah.
Versus Usyk, and you've got Triple D versus Juggernaut.
Yeah.
So how are they going to do that? I mean, is it going to be spectators? Is it going to be behind closed doors?
Honestly, at the time, every major sports event will be cancelled.
No, but
When we move forward.
Usyk and Chisora is still going on.
Oh, because the things that all the events right now, they're still on. The government have not put, and the UK government, they've not actually, you know, shut down large gatherings.
Yeah.
So it is still on as we speak. So until then, so we're going to see what's going to happen this week. If they're going to bring it to a standstill to lockdown, then that event is not going to happen. There's no, because you can't, they're going to lose money.
And from what my boy just said there, large gatherings, we're going to move smoothly and swiftly onto stance on large gatherings, for example.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And with regards to that, I'll ask you though quickly, you know, excuse me, what do you feel? Some people are suggesting a total shutdown, right?
Yeah.
Close down airports, close down all the ports, you know?
Okay, this is what I'm going to say, right? I know some people might say, oh yeah, they shouldn't close it down, blah, 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 whatever, I don't care. What I should just force is like, you know, when this thing started, you know, the UK government, they have, you know, I think their main responsibility for us is to protect our citizens. I think everyone will agree on that, to protect our citizens, right? First thing, shut down every flight coming from whatever infected countries. You know, shut down the flight. Don't let them land in Heathrow Airport or Gatwick or whatever Stansted. Don't let them come through.
What about Birmingham and Luton? Can they come through there though?
Basically, don't let no flight comes in through those affected countries. That's what you should have. Look at Russia. That's what they did. They literally banned any international flights going from certain countries. It's not happening. Have you heard any cases in Russia?
I haven't heard actually, but I haven't really looked.
Oh yeah, Putin don't mess about. Literally, you know, he closed down those borders. Nothing's coming. So
two things.
What I'm saying, let me just finish here. What I'm trying to say, the UK government, at least, we knew Italy was another high risk country. Shut the border. Just don't let any flights coming in. Close all the airports coming in. Obviously, don't let the flights come. That's it. Simple as that. Then you have the opportunity to contain it, right? But when you let people from, you know, those affected countries coming in without any checks. Okay, let me say this, without any check. You get to the airport, because I flew from the airport not long ago, right? And from Heathrow.
Shit.
And
is you a super spreader, son?
or whatever.
Super spreader.
It literally just went through, they just went straight out without any informations or COVID-19, coronavirus, no checks, no information, nothing, no test. At least what they should have done, you know, get everyone that go through that checks and just test them, make sure everyone is fine before you let them into the country. You can't just walk past.
From a scientific point of view, according to all the scientists in the UK and the government, you know, chief medical officers and everything, and I understand where they're coming from. Banning it completely, shut down of schools, shut down of public events at the same time, it's not going to be effective.
It's not going to be effective. Okay.
It's because, and I'll give it, and I'll explain more of this. Oh, by the way, if you go on our Twitter page at the Mike J Show on Twitter, I've tweeted a link of the professor who actually explained this properly. But I'll just give you guys a quick meat offer from this bone that we was talking about. And by the way, shout out to LBC James O'Brien, because I saw it on his Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Now, check this out, right? If we do what Italy is doing, for example, right?
Yeah.
You know, total shutdown.
Yeah.
let's try get rid of it, which you ain't gonna get rid of the virus, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But let's total shut down and let's just try cure and get rid of this virus right now, right? So they did that. So the next 6-7 weeks, right? When they then open up
Yeah.
for business because it's calmed down
Yeah.
now and everything. If there was any other person in the country, one person or whoever, who has the virus
Yeah.
and comes back into that circulation, guess what's going to happen? The virus is going to become a problem again.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But now this is just layman's explanation of the scientific view. Like I said, go on our Twitter page for the proper scientific explanation.
Yeah.
But what the UK is doing, right? It's they're trying to. This is what I've read. They're trying to slowly build like immunity amongst the population. Right?
Okay,
So,
okay.
so the whole idea is, I mean, yes, some of us, like the healthy ones, will get infected, get treated, yeah, get better, become immune to it, and we'll be able to, circulate around the population and take off the vulnerable.
Let's see, one sec. Let me come in from there because that's actually another topic, right? Lack of information from the UK government.
That's correct.
Right? So basically, if you listen to the PM speech during the week, first of all, I was confused as a prime minister. What are you meant to be saying to what's it called, to your audience, right? Panic. People are going to lose loved ones. People are going to die. Like, what on earth? What are you talking about? We all know that's going to happen at some point, but as a PM, are you meant to be imposing fear on your citizens?
Or do you think it was doing that to trying to be, I don't know, make it more realistic to everyone? Like, listen, this is going to happen.
We
yeah?
know how many deaths, has occurred over the past, few months since this, pandemic,
What do you think it was like? He was like threatening us, like listen.
No, I think I'm sorry. I think he was just being silly.
You think that?
I think he was being. The thing that I wasn't sure if you listen to the scientist what's it called? His own comments regarding this issue. I think you guys should go and listen to him. The way he was saying it, I'm thinking, yeah, I get what you're saying, but what the PM is saying, I'm not sure. Because the things that am I listening to the scientists, or am I listening to the PM, or am I listening to Dominic Cummings? Because we all know that's going to happen, but the thing is that you want it to spread, right? But at the same time, you don't want to close the schools down, because this is what I think, because the PM, especially the UK government, they don't want to lose things. They don't want to lose money. They don't want to lose the economy. I think they're prioritizing the economy over the citizens. That is what I think.
I don't think it's all. I don't think that's the primary issue. To be honest.
I mean, we can
is.
disagree with that, but that is what that's my personal opinion. That's what I think, because the things that we know kids, schools, they're gonna be, if the kids are infected, then it's gonna cause problem.
No, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, bro. The whole point of the school being open for now, anyways, is because the children apparently they are the super spreaders. So which then goes scientifically, it backs it. You know what I'm saying? So the whole point is for them, to put it plainly, it's for those kids, those pesky kids, to infect us, get better, and we'll become immune to it. That's the whole point. That's the strategy anyway.
Honestly, I'm not an expert on these, but
that's what I'm saying to you. I'm an expert, but I've read what the experts say.
Yeah, I've read some as well, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking to myself, like, first of all, you're saying people are going to die, people are going to lose their loved ones. I don't want to hear that from a prime minister. Honestly, I don't want to hear that.
No, why not? Why not?
Because the things that your responsibility is to protect your citizens. That's your responsibility. That's your primary responsibility, to protect your citizens. And afterwards, they can then find, measures to put in place to make sure these things does not spread.
But those measures have been put in place.
What measures?
Measures have been put in place.
What information what information have you got from the government?
No,
tell me.
No, we're in agreement here, right?
Yeah.
That the government, they haven't got clear information.
There's no clear information.
There's no clear information. That's a fact. I mean, what I know, I had to go read to find out, right?
But what I'm saying is, up till now, right? Because it become a massive problem. Like, we all knew this is coming. We all knew this was happening. Right. We saw that in Italy. People from Italy, they can come straight to the UK within an hour, and that's it. They go back, or 2 hours, and they go back. And the thing is, we saw this coming. So why did the UK government not put measures in place? That is my primary.
Measures like what?
I don't know. Find a way to stop people from coming.
But it doesn't work.
Come on.
It does not work. Let's go with the Trumpian path, for example,
Yeah.
right? Okay, let's ban people from coming in. Nobody coming in,
Yeah.
but let Americans in. And what about those Americans that have got it? Then what? So you
Test them. You have to let them. You test them.
So you let them in then?
You test them. You love.
Would you let them in though?
Of course, they are citizens.
But if they've got infection,
That's what I'm saying. You test them. You lock them in. You isolate them.
But you let
for
them
a
in.
week or two. Of course.
that's what I'm saying to you.
Come on, man. If you let them in,
So
they come
but-
to the airport.
But
they isolate them.
But then by that argument, then why not let's travel continue as normal and isolate anyone who tests positive regardless?
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. You're getting confused. You let the people in because this is the citizen, of course. Let them in. Then isolate them.
So why stop a non-citizen who's traveling there?
Yeah, because the population will be too much.
Ah.
Yeah.
So but then if you let them in, it's an infection. It's going to spread anyways, isn't it?
Listen, as I said,
But
you
we
know,
have to be
what
back.
I'm
We have
saying,
to be
what
back.
I'm
By
saying,
the science does not support that.
yeah,
It
the
doesn't
science
support
does
it.
not support it, or whatever. But okay, let's see what's gonna happen in the next week. I don't know what's gonna happen. We know some events. They're gonna be.
Let me tell you what happened next week,
Yeah.
and this is me putting on my Boris Johnson vibe right now. People are going to die. No, real talk, real talk. See, in the next couple of weeks, right? Let's be realistic. This is what's going to happen, according to what's happening right
Yeah.
now. There's going to be an increase in the death rate,
Absolutely.
but it's going to come down.
It's gonna come down
because we are going to get immune to it. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Unfortunately,
we're running out of time, guys. So we're just gonna try and wrap it up. So basically, in that PM speech, there's another thing. I noted that he said, we're trying to. I think they're trying to delay it to move it towards summertime because they're trying to reduce the workload on the NHS. Obviously, there's not much stuff on NHS. We all know that. I think when it's summertime, then the heat. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Maybe the heat kind of reduce the spread of this rubbish we call COVID-19.
but if you're going,
Yeah.
if you follow the trend of how viruses progress,
Yeah.
by and large, between now and summer,
Yeah.
people would naturally develop immunity from it because you've already been sick already, you've been treated, and from what the scientists are saying, short term. So if you get hit with COVID-19
Yeah.
now, you get treated and you get better. Short term, you cannot get reinfected. Short term, because no one knows what happens long term.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
between now and summer, by and large, at least a large population of the UK would have had it, gotten better, and they will be able to take care of the vulnerable ones. Do you get what I'm saying to you? And speaking of vulnerable ones, guys, look out for your elderly neighbors. Make sure they're safe. Make sure if you can help them, to get their stuff and whatnot, you do that for them.
Thank you guys for watching. It's been an interesting topic. You're gonna see us again next week. Please, before you go, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. If you're looking for us on Twitter, it's called the Mike and J Show.
It's the Mike J Show.
The Mike J Show. On YouTube, it's called the Mike and J Show.
You tripping, man. His mind's on the freaking VPN, that's why. Well, by the way, look, at the bottom there, we should have the Twitter ID and everything,
Absolutely.
yeah? Right?
Absolutely.
All right,
watch
guys,
out.
man. Stay safe.
Until next
Wash them
time.
hands. Be blessed.
Peace.